Oh, we have a double Reaper chest spawn card. You see it?
Oh, yeah.
Straight ahead of us, it should be.
Oh, straight ahead?
Yep.
Right up the edge of the map.
Let's go. Let's do it. G'day everyone, it's Sailor MB here. Unfortunately, Cart ran out of time before his pre-planned and booked in Tall Tales, so this is now a solo adventure. So as a result, you're not going to get the usual in-game banter. Instead, I'm going to provide you with a bit of a commentary and give you an insight into some of my decision making. So hopefully it helps you get better at the game, and conversely, if you see anything I do wrong, 100% drop me a comment, and hopefully it'll help me get better at my game as well. So by the time I sailed all the way to the other side of the ocean, this Reaper 3 had picked up both the Reaper's chests, and there's another player's sloop coming in from our left hand side. So this is about to get incredibly spicy. Now this skeleton sloop that's fighting the Reaper sloop is actually cracked. It hit me with like 7 shots in a row, and maybe not quite surprisingly, it actually sunk the Reaper ship. So obviously they weren't quite experienced at the game. But fortunately for me, we have this second sloop rocking up that's going to give me a bit of entertainment. Now, I chain shot it down, but I don't take advantage of that, because that skeleton sloop put a lot of holes in me. So I'm just using that as a distraction so I can safely repair, and I don't have to worry about them jumping me. But we get our ship repaired, we get it turned around, and these guys are still sitting still, so I'm going to take this opportunity to do a bit of damage. I'm trying to conserve chain shots and assuming they've only got one plank in their mast. But they do unfortunately get their mast down, and I whiff the chain shot. So unfortunately I waste the chain shot anyway, but that does happen sometimes. So after sailing around for a little bit longer, and trading some shots with these guys, I get a bit angsty about the loot still being in the water. So it's time to go do a drive-by, and at the very least pick up the Reaper's chests, and maybe save the rest for later. So I cut my sails a little bit to increase my chances of success here, and it works perfectly. I'm able to yoink both the Reaper's chests out of the water and get them safely onto the ship. However, soon afterwards, I make an error that is almost always fatal for a solo slooper. Have a look at this. I try to interact with the sail so I can get out of here, but instead I double interact with the ladder. I cannot believe this. So I have to make a split-second decision now about what I'm going to do. So I have 4 options here that I have to very quickly rule in and out. The first and most obvious is, can I reboard my ship immediately? And unfortunately, the sails are down just low enough that I'm not going to be able to do that. So alternatively, can I reboard my ship later? Can I swim 90 degrees to where it's going at the moment and cut it off on the other side of the circle? I don't take this option because I think it will take too long to get back on, and it would put me closer to the island, which reduces the chance of a mermaid. Do I go straight for a mermaid and start swimming straight away from my ship? That is very luck-based, and given my ship's in a tight circle, I might not be able to get a mermaid anytime soon. So the 4th option, and the one I end up deciding going for, is boarding the enemy ship. This has the disadvantage of dying and wasting time, but it has several advantages as well. It means it distracts them, it keeps them from doing damage to my ship, and it keeps them off the helm, even if it's just for a few seconds, and it means that they're not going to be taking advantage of my ship spinning in a circle. So I try to go for the board here. I'm not the greatest at board in PvP, but I can usually hold my own. But my main purpose here is to distract them so they don't take advantage of my loot by itself. I'll let my live reaction from the time play as I teleport to the ferry here. Oh no. It put me on the ladder instead of the sail. Why? Why are you even allowed to climb down the ladder? Whoever needs to climb down the ladder? So I was pretty devastated, but as I'm black screening back in, I can hear some Wraith cannonballs being shot from the other sloop. Fortunately for me, they missed, and when I load back in, the damage is actually quite minimal, so I was incredibly fortunate here. Probably a combination of them maybe whiffing a few cannon shots, but also that distraction that I provided them there by boarding them, throwing some blunder bombs on them. It got them so they weren't in a position to keep pressure on me while I was respawning. So the first thing to do is check the damage, the mast being a big one, because if our mast goes down, we're basically dead. And we do want to repair those water holes as well, so we can fight without getting distracted if we need to. So because of their use of sailballs, they've managed to pull up alongside me here, but that puts them in a bad position, especially with how poorly they've been doing with their cannon shots. So here, I am just 100% aiming for their cannons. I don't care about doing holes or knocking their masts down. I just need to keep them off cannons so my ship stays in tip-top position. So after I put 9 cannonballs in, I get their mast down, and now it's time to initiate the death spiral. And it's so important that as soon as you chain shot, you cut your mast and you turn your wheel. Otherwise you'll just sail away and not take advantage of the position that you put the other ship in. So I didn't quite turn enough here, so I have to make a slight adjustment to this spiral. But this is the last time I'll be touching my wheel. I don't always get it quite so well, but getting that perfect spiral so you can just stay on the cannons is really important. And I have managed to get their mast up here, so I'm going to switch to my last 2 blunder bombs to knock them off repairs. And I don't usually recommend a firebomb against a sloop, but I'm just doing everything I can to distract them from repairing the mast properly, because I need them stationary here if I want to win this. And whatever that distraction was, it worked perfectly. They tried to drop their sails when their mast was still damaged, and it knocked it down yet again. So I want to put about another 10 cannonballs in them before I jump over and start getting them off repairs. I want to make sure they have the maximum amount of holes possible. But as I'm firing these last few cannonballs, we did kill one with blunderbombs before, so it was just too much for the one pirate that was left on their ship to handle, and we do score the sink on these guys. So this was a perfect death spiral in the end. We pretty much went 360 degrees there to kill those people. So we just have one more back spawn to clear up here, and this is a strategy I love using. Snipe them when they're on the ladder, and then jump over the top and behind them. And you can see, he didn't even see where I was. He thought I was standing on the mast. So it's a very effective anti-border strategy there. And of course, we have to sell the Reaper's chests. Now, I don't think that this server was too active around Reaper's hideout, but I do still drop the chest there and go in and check out the hideout first. I have ambushed people multiple times when they're bringing off Reaper's chests, and they just run straight in without clearing out the hideout first. So no consequence this time, but it's always good to check. And you can even leave your ship circling around Reapers while you go and clear out the hideout and sell. You don't even have to park there. So we get both the chests sold, and that was a pretty good Reaper chest yoink. And I had a ton of fun fighting that sloop. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the seas.